Have you ever reached that time of the day when you said to yourself, I am so not in the mood to cook dinner, and what in the world am I going to make? Well, my name is Elena Andrews. I'm from Monroe, Georgia, and that is exactly what I asked myself a few nights ago. It's also the inspiration for the recipe that I made for dinner for my family that night, and I want to share it with you. I simply reached for ingredients that I already had on hand, one of them being a brand new product from our friends of Kraft Foods, and it's Philadelphia cooking cream. And let me just say, you are going to love this product. It is so versatile, and you're going to be able to use it in so many different recipes. So let me show you my recipe that I made with the savory garlic cooking cream, and it's creamy garlic, chicken, and broccoli with penne pasta. And here are the ingredients. Of course, the star ingredient, the cooking cream. We have a 16-ounce box of penne pasta, 3 cups of chopped broccoli, 3/4 cup of Chardonnay, some diced celery, a little basil, some Parmesan cheese, a little diced onion, and 4 chicken breasts cut into small bite-sized pieces. So let's get cooking. I'm going to start out by sauteing the onions and celery in a tablespoon of olive oil. Sizzle, sizzle. And the thing that you're going to notice about this recipe that I love, it's all cooked in just 2 pieces of cookware. Love one-pot dishes. So I'm going to turn this down a little bit because I don't want to brown this. I just want to sweat these little veggies out just a little bit. And it'll take just a couple minutes. And while those are going, I'm going to go ahead and add the pasta. Add a little bit of salt to the water here. And then we're going to just plop our pasta right in there. And we'll give this a quick little stir. And I like to make sure that I cook the pasta just al dente, because once we put it back in the pan, it'll cook just a little bit more. So everything's going great. We'll let that pasta get going. And let these finish up just a little bit. Alright, well, I've sweated out the onions and the celery, and I'm going to go ahead and take them out of the pan because, as I said, I don't want them to brown too much. And I'm just going to reserve these, and we're going to add them back to the pan in just a little bit. Now what I want to do is add 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil to our already heated pan. And we're going to go ahead and add the chicken. This is 4 chicken breasts, and I just cut it up into small bite-sized pieces. And we're just going to saute this until it's cooked through. It'll take, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 minutes or so. And while that is sauteing, I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. Excuse me, a half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. I'm going to also add a half a teaspoon of dried basil. You could use fresh basil if you wanted to, but like I said, I pulled everything that I had on hand. And so we're going to let this little chicken just keep on cooking. Now while that's cooking, I'm going to give a quick stir to the pasta back here. I'll check that in a little bit. And I want to steam my broccoli a little bit. So I've cut it up into little bite-sized pieces, as you saw before, and sprinkle just a little bit of water in here, and then I'm just going to throw it in the microwave. And I'm going to put it on about 3 minutes. And it's going to just barely steam it, and because I like it to still be nice and green. I don't like it to be, you know, that yucky gray color, and I want it to still have a little bit of crispy and crunch to it. So we're going to give the chicken a few more minutes here. And now I'm going to add 3/4 cups of Chardonnay. A sip for me. I thought I was joking about that. All right. And we'll go ahead and add the onions and peppers, or the onions and celery back. And we're going to let that continue to cook. Just a couple more minutes. All right. All right, the chicken is almost done. If you could smell it cooking in the Chardonnay, whoo, it smells so good. The pasta is finished. The broccoli is finished. Look at this, 3 minutes in the microwave, and it's perfectly cooked. We're gonna add that in just a minute. I'm gonna drain the pasta, and I'll meet you right back here in just a second. And now for the bestest part of this whole dish is the cooking cream, the savory garlic cooking cream. And I'm gonna add the whole thing. And let me just tell you that when I first made this dish and I added the cream to it, I couldn't believe, just watch this, I couldn't believe how easily it started to melt and to cream up. And that was just so cool to me. It makes the most rich, velvety, smooth, savory sauce you could ever imagine, and it is so easy to do, and it's so quick to do. I've only been cooking maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. So I'm just gonna let this melt down, and you can see how fast. I mean, we're talking what, 30 seconds and it's almost all melted. So blends so nicely. Okay, now I'm going to add our pasta. This is gonna feed 4 to 6 people. 4 really hungry people, or six regular people. My husband and I have 3 boys, and they eat us at a house and home, so this was a great dish for me to make. I love the one pot things. I can get the protein, the veggie, the carbs, all in one fell swoop. I'm gonna add the broccoli and stir it through. See, it looks nice too, but see how creamy that is? All right, the last thing that I'm gonna do that's gonna finish this off is I am going to top it off with a 1/2 cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. And just to give it a little extra something, something. Not that it needs it with this savory garlic cooking cream. And you know, the other thing that I loved about this is that I didn't have to put any garlic in it, because this has such a great rich garlicky flavor that I didn't have to get out my garlic press and then clean it at the end. So I'm gonna top this, and I'm just gonna let this sit just for a minute or two. That cheese is gonna get kind of melty and everything is just gonna kind of marry together. So, all right, the unveiling. Look at how yummy that looks. Creamy garlic chicken and broccoli with penne pasta. And I'm telling you, your family is going to love this. It's so flavorful, so creamy, and easy to make. What, 30, 35 minutes? Piece of cake. So let's taste it. Whoa, delish. The next time you're wondering what to have for dinner and you're not in the mood to cook, just make sure that you have Philadelphia cooking cream on hand, and you'll never be in that situation again. Thanks!